somewhere between a boy and man. She was 17 and she was far from
number
in
2,
between.
definitely much more beautiful than number 1.
Summertime in northern Michigan.
No, the first one. The very.
It's the simple things in life,
Dave,
like
drive
right and
safe.
well.
Be smart, have fun. I love you.
That's all.
Alright guys, let's go through a little bit about camping. Do not, I was telling this to people that were here.
Oh, Ian, this is you. Good thing Quint is on.
Oh yeah, Ian, do not leave food out.
Wait, what is this?
Oh, that was so bad.
Oh wait,
I feel like I walked in the
where's
store and someone
train
drugged
section?
me.
I know they have. They actually have that. I'm going to bed.
Jamil, do you think this place represents pure Michigan?
No.
What?
Michigan is a melting pot of
Oh, we gotta find
cultures,
Navy
and this does not represent that at all.
Germanland, Deutschland.
We are in Germany. We are Nazi Germany, 1838. Pre-Nazi.
No, it was like 1940.
How would you say Michigan has changed throughout the years?
For the worst.
For the worst? Okay.
Sure.
Is
Lost
there
industry.
industry? More explanation, maybe?
All the car manufacturers and stuff moved out from Saginaw to Bay City area. Made things tough around here.
Okay. And then, I guess going off of that, how would you describe, what would your definition be of pure Michigan? You see all these like ads nowadays, like the movement to like make Michigan great and stuff, and like these like advertisements to like pure Michigan. How would you describe your definition of it?
The ice cream made in Bay City. We make our own, so
So Michigan made.
all Michigan made.
It's getting less dependent on the auto workers.
Okay.
More tourism.
Think that's a good thing or a bad thing, or
That's a bad thing, but you gotta change with the times. I'd like to see more tourism and more jobs back, bring back whatever auto workers and any other kind of facilities we can do to create jobs. Because it's a blue collar state and we can make things. So.
We got a rude awakening coming, guys. It's going to happen, and it's going to happen probably by the end of this year, if not next year. We're going to crash, and this crash isn't going to come back for a while. I hate to tell you that. It is coming. I've already pulled my money out of the market. A lot of people have, and I got to protect it any way I can. You know, silver, platinums, whatever I got to pick up, and bring it home. And the banks are going to start. There's just things I could tell you that I don't want to put you in a bad thing, but it's coming. And the banks are going to go with the interest rates. In other words, when you put your money in, when you put it in the bank, it's going to be considered as a negative interest. You're going to pay the bank. If they're going to keep it in their vaults to protect your money and your whatever you have, you're going to pay them. They all know what's coming. I know the fact that the government's bought 10 trillion rubber bullets. I mean, billions of rubber bullets, and what that's for, that's to keep everybody in line. I mean, it's going to come down to that. It's going to come martial law probably too. It's going to get pretty tough.
I just started. Do we have a piece of wood?
No, I'm scrambling.
Oh, wait.
there's both yellow and a red sticker on it. Ian has the best job. He doesn't have to do anything. He just stands there with the camera the whole time.
We've only seen Bay City. Yeah. Push. Yeah. I think I discovered more about pure Germany in Frankenmuth.
Frankenmuth.
And then, what about pure Christian and what was it, Bronner's?
That place was the most bizarre place I've ever been in my life, and I will never go back there. And I think I was converted to Christianity, honestly.
Yeah, you were.
That's.
Yeah, and I discovered myself. Probably about 0%.
So still working on that part.
Hey, you missed one of these hooks.
if you start from that side, it's just beautiful, and what Michigan originally symbolized. And as you make your way over slowly, you start to see the water become more and more trashy, and there's just brown slush in that. And then you see where it came from, that damn factory over there.
Just take it right here, put it down.
So what are we eating tonight?
Hot dogs.
Nice.
Chris, what do you think about this trip so far? Have you discovered Pure Michigan and yourself along the way?
Pure Michigan. Have I discovered it yet? Not all of it. I've discovered a small portion. The wilderness is amazing. Myself, I don't know. I'm gonna have to stay a night. What? Give me a night to sleep on it, maybe. I don't know.
Now I think Pure Michigan is more of a goal. It isn't something we have actually achieved yet, and I don't think we can find it. I think we went to the worst of our locations first. So I think right now some people don't have a good look on life.
But why is the worst stage?
Because I think it's the least, it has the least money. Because I think when you think of Michigan tourism and where you want to go in Michigan, you don't really want to go to that place because it kind of sucks. I think people want to go up in the fingertips because those are always the best.
Fuel.
Yeah, no, let's just put a bigger one in.
It's just kindling.
Right there, that's fine, that's fine. All right, put one on this side,
Put one
the bigger
right
one.
here.
Put one more in, I think that's good.
Put one big.
When you're living in a place that besides Ann Arbor, it's hard to have a positive outlook on life in general. And I think that there's a lot that needs to change for Michigan to turn around.
It's like a wet bed, so it's
Just all the way down.
How has Michigan changed in like the time you've lived here?
Well, I've seen a big change. I was born here in Bay County way back in 1952, graduated from Saginaw Valley College in 1974, and when a week after high school graduation, I was hired by General Motors at the foundry in Saginaw. And so I went from making $1.25 an hour as a dishwasher at my uncle's restaurant, the Char House, to like $16, $17 an hour. So yeah, we want to make sure that we take advantage of every opportunity. When I was in the Senate, I authored the Anchor Zone legislation, which helped a company that was based in Mount Pleasant relocate to the Technology Center Park. But we've got to continue to protect our Great Lakes water basin, and that will, I think, ensure a vibrant future as water becomes scarcer and scarcer.
Beginning of day 2, we just met with Jim
Barsha
represent! How has Jim Barsha changed your views on Pure Michigan, Rohan?
Jim Barsha, he's really just like the rest of the people in Bay City, but he's given us the positive outlook we needed to continue this journey, you know? We were feeling really down after those interviews, but he showed us that Michigan's natural resources, there's so much to take advantage of, and we're good to move forward, go to Mackinac City.
Already a firework.
Get out there.
In a quarter mile, turn right onto US Highway 23.
Even like literally just touch a blade of grass.
I'd rather, like, you guys think this place is depressing?
I feel like we did ask you, you said no. I honestly just...
This is our experience right now.
I feel like a dog. Like just...
I don't know, I haven't been to Mackinac Island in a long time.
7th grade, a lot has changed.
How has Michigan changed in the time you've lived here?
Well, now the water sucks, so that's good. How's Michigan changed? I feel like it's become more metropolitan. Like, there's more stuff to do. It's becoming younger, I think. Younger people are moving downstate and kind of trying to change downstate. Blue-collar sort of work ethic about the island that I think represents a lot of, like, rural farming Michigan, I'd say.
And so when she's saying that, that's
true.
She's saying like literally all of rural Michigan is just like not going the right direction.
Right.
And we're all of our generation's only focusing on like Detroit. Well, not even Detroit, but like Ann Arbor, I guess Grand Rapids.
She was saying it's gotten more metropolitan. It's moving
that's what
away
she-
from
Yeah,
like
yeah,
the rural,
yeah.
the rural kind of
She did say it was more
sincere
metropolitan.
feel of
No,
Michigan.
it's not, I don't think they're focusing on that. I think they're focusing on because they've lost jobs.
Well, I
Like
just think there's a lack of focus on
literally,
the rest
Ann
of
Arbor
them.
did not take that big of a hit. Let's just be honest.
It didn't.
No.
Oh, is this the rock?
This is the rock.
Oh, this is actually kind of cool. Oh, it's an arch. I get it. It's arch rock.
It's actually sweet. In Bay City was like this.
Bay City was sludgy, but this
No,
water is
but Bay City was like this.
At one point.
years ago.
before the humans corrupted it.
Yeah.
So one thing I've noticed is a lot of people we've interviewed so far have said that the automotive industry has been like the strength of Michigan and how pure Michigan is formed. But we come to Mackinac and guess what? There aren't. There's no cars here. And this place is beautiful. The automotive industry itself isn't the problem. It's a symbol of like the human, what we have been doing to like nature and the Michigan itself.
And I think that we had so many people in those interviews talking about how in order to move forward, we also need to bring the tourism industry needs to develop. But I think this is really what we need to develop and show to the tourists. Because there's no one here. If we were back at like the Mackinac Island with all the fudge, no one wants to see that. This is what we really want to see here.
What would your definition of pure Michigan be?
I don't know. Usually I say it sarcastically. When something goes wrong.
This part of Mackinac Island's a fallacy.
I think the part that Gage showed us was pure Michigan.
Sort of like Frankenmuth. Frankenmuth uses their German thing as like a ploy or whatever. I don't even know. Mackinac, it's the fudge. It's just, you replace one with the other, and they're both just the same.
Yellow, it's good breed. Green, where's the green? Is there flag?
It's probably because the red ones have riptide.
No factory.
Jim Barsha said, "Pure Michigan was the things that made Michigan unique," and I think this could be considered one of those things.
That was an excellent day, actually. We saw the touristy part of Pure Michigan, but we were able to see what was really important when we interviewed Jim Barsha and saw the arch rock, because we actually saw what we need to bring to prominence in Michigan, so that people understand that it's not just like a commercialized product that we're trying to sell, but we need to bring our natural resources to the forefront, show everyone that this is a place that you really should visit.
Take all the steaks. Continue to take the steaks out, Jamil. Great.
But this is like this is like a fight for survival out here. No water, no food, and we have to do all this manual labor. Look at me. I don't think we're gonna make it.
What do you think? What do you think is makes Michigan unique and special?
The wilderness opportunities, like we're doing here, camping, hunting, a lot of fishing, the Great Lakes. You know, that's the biggest thing, I think, is the amount of fresh water that we have available to us.
Do you think Michigan's best days are behind it or ahead?
It depends on who gets elected this time around.
For a U.S. president?
For a U.S. president.
What are you, if you don't mind elaborating a bit on that?
Well, shit rolls downhill.
What does the phrase "pure Michigan" mean to you, if anything?
Born and raised.
Yes. You most definitely
National
do.
Park.
Oh, yeah,
we shouldn't have
yeah.
to pay for this.
This is the real tourist spot right here, but it's not a tourist trap. I wouldn't describe it as a tourist trap. It's a place that you can actually appreciate.
This has the same amount of beauty, if not more, than Niagara Falls, but it's not as commercialized. We don't have giant hotels scattered all over the beach and the beachfront, trying to sell you like Sleeping Bear Dunes t-shirts.
You guys ready?
Yep. Let's go.
This rock is pure.
Right here.
Not right here, but you can be. I don't think I want to put my.
Chris, we finally made it to the water. Dude, just feeling the sand though is super nice.
The two islands, baby bears died and they created an island.
I don't think you can get more pure than this. This water, you wouldn't even think you could find this water in Michigan anymore, but this is what it once used to be.
You can't. Not on this. Oh! Yeah.
You know, in Dr. Williams' class, we always talked about transcendentalism and what it really means to be a transcendentalist, but you can't really experience that until you're actually out there in the nature yourself. You know, I feel like Christopher McCandless in Into the Wild, except I'm not dead, I'm alive.
Are they trying to not encourage you to go down it anymore?
Yeah.
Honestly,
Let's do
I felt like you were saying, well, I want to do it again.
No, it's so much work. You won't. Once we climb up, you will not be saying that.
Rohan, I'll walk back with you.
No. Once you climb up, you won't be saying that.
Wait,
Trust
you
me.
gotta climb up back this way?
Yes. Where else would you climb
that
up?
possible?
Yes.
Let me roll this up for a second.
Does anyone have their phone down here?
That's why we and Rohan want to come back down.
Yeah, no, I changed my mind.
It actually is this even possible to climb back
Yeah, it is. It's just a pain in the ass. You got to do it like this, almost with hands.
And angle seems better.
Like if you get stuck down there and you can't climb up, they have to bring in like a helicopter. Right, but if you think about it, it's like this is people actually interacting with nature.
Apparently, it used to be, I'll take your guys' word for it, that it used to be advertised as something fun. I just dislike the fact that it's not anymore, because that was one of the best, like, honestly, one of the most fun things I've ever done in my life. Okay, so we're driving, and I see a sign, and it just says, big red letters, down, Trump. I thought, I had to look 4 or 5 times before I thought it was real.
It's on a house.
Oh my god!
I don't know. This is like Jenga. This is a nice piece. Shit. Here, like, so that's why it's burning at the edges, but that'll be gone pretty soon.
Alright, so we should go over like what people said Pure Michigan was, what it meant to them. Remember on the first day, most of the people said it was like the automotive company, and then we heard Born and Raised from
That guy was good.
that guy from the UP. Yeah.
I liked him. Born and Raised, and then the girl from Mackinac was
The girl from
good.
Mackinac said,
Is it sarcastic? Like
Yeah.
usually when I
Yeah,
say it,
actually,
I
yeah.
say it sarcastically, which was interesting.
That was
She
interesting,
said
yeah.
that. Yeah, she didn't.
We
That's
should've-
kind of serious.
I kind
that-
of wish we would have asked her, what were your sarcastic answer have been? I don't know, you can't go back.
That was interesting because it was like, maybe that's, that was kind of like the,
It was kind of like the first 2 people we asked, like,
when you
younger
realize
gen-
it's
ice
not a real
cream.
thing,
Yeah,
right?
that was
Pure
proof.
Michigan
That was
isn't
just-
like a
that
real
was
thing.
the younger
proof that it was
generation
no
like her,
thing.
they kind of know like what direction Michigan's headed in, as opposed to like
Metropolitan is what she said.
yeah, metropolitan too.
A lot of people talked about like the younger people all moving south, and
South,
like
yeah.
the cities
Yeah,
becoming.
or regardless of whether they come
So
from
yeah,
in-state
because
or out of
us
state,
and
they'll just
Ann
move
Arbor
into Ann Arbor and, like,
yeah, us
Grand
and Ann Arbor
Rapids.
talk about like people moving out of the state, but people up north talk about people
Just moving
moving down the state.
Downstate, yeah, they kept using the word downstate, which isn't a
yeah.
word
You
you
don't hear
hear
that.
in like Ann Arbor.
You never hear that
We
word.
never hear that because like
What's
we just
beneath
think of
Ann
people,
Arbor?
Like, leaving Detroit, we don't think of the people that are like coming into like Kalamazoo and like Ann Arbor and all those areas.
I think it's interesting how many Trump supporters we've met, honestly.
I'm not surprised.
Well, only like
I'm not really surprised. When you guys were freaking about that huge Trump sign,
No, I wasn't surprised.
I'm surprised the city.
well, Gage
saw
and I
it.
were not freaking out as much as Ian and Chris. 'Cause you guys were like losing
Well, I
your
just
mind.
couldn't- No, but like.
Well, it's. I
I'm
mean, it's
surprised
something
that-
special to see a sign like
It
that.
is something
No,
special
but
to see
out
a
of
sign
all
like
the
that,
cities
but-
we could see it in, I wouldn't thought we were going to see it in Traverse City. Like, if I saw that in Bay City, I'm like, this is the only thing they have to live for here. Traverse City,
No,
like,
no,
I
here's the
think
thing about
Bay
Traverse
City's
City.
just completely
Traverse
out
City,
of the loop.
half like wealthy people who own the cottages, and it's the other half the people that work for those people.
I think what it is that most people in Michigan just want change in general, and they think the person that can do that is Trump, whether his social policies are like. Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Well, they're clearly not happy with. I mean, the recession hit a lot of Michigan a lot harder than it hit us, and it hit Ann Arbor. You know.
Yeah.
I think you can see that, especially
So-
in like places like Bay City.
Yeah, so I guess I can see why they support Trump, but I don't think they're looking at Trump as like as him as a candidate.
No, I mean they support him because they think that he represents them. They think he represents like this white, middle class, working class kind of thing. Make America great again. Like these people are all talking about how the automotive industry like used to be great, and now it's not.
Yeah,
That's why his campaign slogan is so damn good, because just with that, he reaches all these like lower class working people who have lost their jobs just with that "Make America Great Again."
Even though
campaign.
they don't even.
Even though he doesn't even have a plan for.
Yeah, you're right. We definitely don't see how good we have in Arbor and around the area.
The congressman says 17% of all cars in the world are made in the U.S. alone, whereas before it was 60% of all the cars in the world made in the U.S., which is insane.
Frankenmuth was weird.
What the hell is Frankenmuth?
Frankenmuth was way overdone.
Place is honestly just like, I felt like I was being bombarded with propaganda of like not just Christianity, but just
Germany.
Like I don't even know, like Santa Claus in general. Like it freaked me out, that place.
That store
There was
actually
commercials
upset me.
into, like,
That was
another
commercials
level.
to a level that was disgusting. Like if you compare that, that's why walking into that Meijer today was so weird. After being in so much nature and like camping.
That was really weird.
And
like
that was like
walked in
interesting.
That Meijer today, it was like
That was weird.
It was like we were leaving something that we were part of. It was like special for us to be a part of this for like
4 days or whatever.
3 or 4 days, and then we weren't a part of that anymore.
Right, now we're like back part of like society. It was weird.
Yeah.
Like you felt a little like gross,
Yeah.
Home of my heart, I sing of thee. Michigan, my Michigan.
What'd you get, Chris? Oh, that looks good.
Thy lake-bound shores I long to see. Michigan, my Michigan. From Saginaw's tall whispering pines, from Lake Superior's farthest mines, fair in the light of memory shines. Michigan, my Michigan. Thou
Why
gave
did we
thy
decide to
sons
bring like random nonsense, like Capri Sun,
Michigan,
but we didn't bring water?
and sent thy bravest forth to die. Michigan, my Michigan. Beneath the hostile southern sky, they bore thy banner proud and high, ready to fight and never to fly. Michigan, my
You can see the devastation that we have to try and fix, and the beauty that we have to try and take advantage of.
From Yorktown on to Richmond's wall, Michigan, my Michigan. They bravely fight as bravely fall. Michigan, my Michigan. Their strong arms crumble in the dust,
What Ron is doing? The same
and their
thing
bright
happened.
souls
No, but yeah, she got
all
moisture on it.
gathered rust.
So
Memory is our sacred trust. Michigan, my Michigan. And when the happy time shall come. Michigan, my Michigan, that brings thy war-worn heroes home.
Not gonna be very
We have to
pure.
come back to Bay City one day, like all of us.
Like 20
Mama
years.
Lupo's still there.
Of how they fought and how they fell for that dear land we loved so well. Michigan, my